And that's our official winner for this week's contest, guys. It was a close one this week. Everyone got to vote for who they thought would be the winner, but Elysian Fields, the Pyramid Knights, was the winner. We're going to go ahead and roll our credits, but there you go. The official. Oswald actually overtook it while we were live, but we had already called it. So it was, like I said, it was a really close battle. But let's run the intros and then show you the amazing guests that we have lined up for you guys today. So we're just going to do the backer pause because today's a big, busy day. So we're going to explain what backer pause is right now to everyone. And here we go. Welcome to backer pause. What is backer pause? Well, it's when we get judges who are creators to sit down and watch crowdfunding videos that we are proudly advocating for on comicbookadvocates.com. And they hit pause when they lose interest in the videos that we are watching and experience backer pause. This is a fun way to teach creators about attention spans of the viewers and what works and does not work for their videos. Want to be a judge? Are you ready to play? Welcome to Backer Pause. Warning and disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this live feed are those of the guests, speakers, and/or hosts, and do not necessarily reflect the beliefs, official policies, ethics, or positions of the content providers, advertisers, additional hosts, and/or guests, hosting sites, groups, or entities attached to this programming. Viewer discretion is advised. And here we go. We're live. We have two amazing creators here. The hardest working man in comics, Victor Dandridge.
Hello.
And the actual Luke Stone is here with us, the Hybrids creator. Introduce yourselves, guys. You both have campaigns going on. We'll start with Victor. Tell us who you are and what you got running. We'll show it off.
Of course. I'm Victor Dandridge, a.k.a. the hardest working man in comics, coming to you live and direct from my studio in Columbus, Ohio. I have the Trouble with Love campaign currently running. Right now, I believe we are 467% funded with 4 days to go. It's getting a lot of traction. It's a quick starter, so it's a short one. So I might not be a fair person to have in this one because I don't even have a video for my campaign right now. But it's it's fun to definitely get in here and kind of learn from those people that are doing cool things. And I expect to learn as much as I might impart to anyone else.
Oh, there we go. And he does make a lot of videos, by the way. He just did it outside of Kickstarter. He reached directly to the people where they were going to be backing him on Kickstarter and has done video after video. Is an impressive creator. I mean, This melted my heart. The Trouble with Love. I actually had to go under my bed, get my feelings out so I could fully enjoy the book. So I let my feelings come out and play for a little bit. Amazing stuff.
That's the best compliment of all time right there.
Speaking of amazing, we got Luke Stone. Luke Stone, tell us about your project.
Yeah, hi. I'm the writer and artist behind Hybrids, the Sons of Gods. I have the first 5 issues all compiled with some extra content and bonus stuff into a trade paperback that's live on Indiegogo and Kickstarter right now at the moment. On Indiegogo, we're just $308 away from sending that thing into in demand. So if you prefer that, please go over there, or you can find us over on Kickstarter. We really appreciate it. Thanks.
That's awesome.
Now, we do have the video loaded, so we're not going to get any of that choppiness. So here is Hybrids.
There you go. Go for it.
New from Terraform Comics, Hybrids, the Sons of Gods, Volume 1, Trash Day. When everyday people develop godlike abilities, it is up to a small band of heroes to expose an evil superhuman trafficking ring. This 128-page volume merges history with fiction in an exciting, fast-paced adventure. Get your copy now.
All right, and my name, just in case you're tuning in from Geek Insider, you're not sure who that image is with the devil over there. My name is Mr. Anderson, and I am the announcer dude today. I am a comics advocate and happy to bring you all these amazing things. It's kind of sad. Me and Victor would have been running into each other this week.
We would have been in New York. It would have been great, New York Comic Con love. But 2020, man, the year of infamy.
Ain't that the truth? All right, guys. Every project you see today, it's super important that you share it if you don't have the money. We all know times are tough. We get that. please give it at least a share. But I also urge you that $1 can do a lot. Check it out. Never underestimate the power of a single dollar. Just one single dollar can help make dreams come true. Every dollar is a declaration of support and belief. It helps the creators and the teams behind the book. Just $1 helps create new worlds and keeps creators creating. And if you're going to be creating something on Kickstarter or Indiegogo, get Kickstarter for the Independent Creator, second edition, a practical and informative guide to crowdfunding by Madeline Holly-Rosing and Christy Shin. It is an amazing book that will help you navigate the ins and outs of crowdfunding. Now, I'm not even kidding. This is breaking news. Indiegogo literally just sent me something that is check out crowdfunding tips during the election. So I'm going to ask both of you,
wow.
Do you feel like this election season is affecting crowd? I know it's affecting social media. We've all seen it. And I know both of you do your best, just like me, to stay away from it. I barely talk on social media. If it's not positive, I ain't got nothing to say right now because I know how supercharged people are. But do you guys have any advice on how to survive the next potentially 2 months on social media as a creator?
Luke, you want to jump in on that?
Yeah, my advice is just to find a hole to crawl into, I think. I mean, it's already ugly, and it's only going to get uglier. People aren't allowed to have an opinion right now unless it's the same opinion as the person you're talking to at the moment. So, as creators, it's really difficult because, we have our, as we're citizens, we're voters, we're
right.
We have morals, we have our own convictions, and it's difficult to stand by your convictions while still trying to run a business where people are, people are choosing to talk with their wallets right now. But right now, I think across the board, the last couple of weeks I've noticed it's, especially since the debate, it has slowed. The progress on people's campaigns and stuff has slowed. So I think people are a little concerned on both sides, and sadly, me, I'm kind of a down the middle guy, and I try to stay neutral with people. But I'll hear the same argument from my red friend and my blue friend about the other side. And I just see that there's so much division right now, and comics is always one of those things supposed to bring people together. It always has for me. I work with a diverse group of creators that different shapes, sizes, colors, sexes, orientations, and political affiliations, and we all seem to get along pretty fine. But I'm seeing that on social media, it's like, man, people are really starting to pit against each other right now, and it's just so ugly. And so my advice is try to stay positive. Decide where and when you need to make your stand morally with people, or to stand by your convictions. But don't pick fights that don't need to be picked. If it doesn't matter,
that's
it doesn't
the truth.
Matter.
Yeah, when you put your personal opinions on something, know that it can affect your brand. Now maybe that's for you, and if you are willing to accept that responsibility, by all means, do you. This is the way. But I'm a big proponent for putting out positivity. As we get closer to the election, I do believe that the creative minds that are focusing on things that are positive or at least engaging, that try to be enlightening, even if it's just spiritually, I think those will be the ones that still succeed. Whereas people are going to hunker down and try to, not buy this, not buy that, for fear of what they might need money for later. If you have something that is positive, that gives people a great outlook, I think you'll be a little bit better off, in the long run if you're doing any sort of crowdfunding. So create with the joy. Create with the joy. Don't put the fear out there. We got enough of that in the world. Let's put some happiness.
And understand, guys, that it is, I know the rumors have been out there. They are true. Facebook is kind of stopping people from sharing right now. I think there's other reasons for it. It's nothing personal against you or your campaign. This is a very tumultuous time period. So be prepared for that. Be prepared to do engaging videos. Engage with your audience. Stay on your message. Stay about your campaign and have fun. You'll see a campaign today that's kind of leaned into it, but in a funny way, and you'll see it in just a few minutes. We're going to bring up all the crowdfunding. You both assume the responsibility of judges, and therefore will judge these videos.
Let's do it.
And I will judge lightly.
Yeah, really.
I like that.
The thumbnail is dope. Yeah.
Just remember to hit pause. This is one of those ones we're going to talk through. Copyright music is a problem for this show. It just so happens that they actually have permission to do this.
Okay.
But that permission doesn't always translate to us because the permission was given to the creator. So this will be muted, so you guys can talk over it and tell me if you want to hit pause at any point. There is only music, so we're not missing the creator's narration.
Okay.
So what you need to know about this, Victor, is the music on this is actually really dope. So it's kind of got like that, like 80s, like kind of punk,
like Drive, because that's what I'm getting. That's the vibe that I'm getting.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
it's really cool, right?
Yes.
And so another thing about this creator, so I've backed this book already. This guy has created an action figure. He's creating an action figure for this comic as well.
Okay. Is that like what the campaign is for? Is the campaign for the comic?
No, it's for the comic, but
oh my God,
this is supplementary action figures.
Dope.
Yes, I've been trying to reach out to him to find out, like, so who are you using? Because action figures sound like a really fun.
Absolutely.
So.
Well, if you want me to connect you, I can connect you guys.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Pretty please.
I want to know who he's using to get his action figures done because they look great.
Yeah, he's an amazing creator, great energy. We've had him on the show a couple times. Super awesome, and you can see it now. It says pre-launch. That's like the one thing that bothers me, and I picked on him about it. It's not supposed to say pre-launch. You are launched.
Yeah, well, that's the same video he used for his pre-launch, and so yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about decisions in a minute, but I'm going to make a decision that I think's a good decision, and we're going to have Rob come on. Rob wanted just a few minutes today to talk about what he's got going on. So, awesome. Rob, tell us about the campaign. You're on the hot seat. Tell them about why they should subscribe, or I guess sign up for notifications for your page right now.
Yeah, so right now I have my pre-launch page going for my Nightwolf Volume 1 trade paperback. It collects issues 1 through 4. And for those of you who don't know what Nightwolf is a story about a young man who finds out that he is born a werewolf and gets thrown into a supernatural war. Now, with this campaign, it's going to have a hard and a soft cover. And Rob, did you get the images I sent you?
I did. I just don't have the GIF won't load right. So
okay.
Working on that. You keep going.
All right, sounds good. So this is a mock-up of the soft cover. It has a lot of the key characters on the front cover and some minor monsters in the back cover. And so, yeah, this is, again, collecting issues 1 through 4. I'm very excited about this. A lot of people have been asking me when the trade's coming out for it. So I think this is going to be something that a lot of people are going to like. So this is a good clean shot of the front cover. As you can see, so Rodney is the main character. He's the man kneeling down in the front. He is, and then the werewolf above him is actually his full transformation into a werewolf. And like I said, other characters supporting and major players in the story, demons, witches, vampires, other werewolves. They all play key roles in this. And so basically, kind of the background of the story, there is this, what I call a dark covenant of evil supernatural creatures. And Rodney, unknown to him, is born a werewolf and kind of gets thrown into this supernatural war. And he is trained by the female werewolf to his side there on how to be a werewolf and to save his girlfriend from a vampire. So this is the kind of like a mock-up of what the hardcover is going to look like. So the hardcover is going to be a die cut with the claw marks where you can see through to a vellum page where that werewolf is. So like I said, this is the mock-up with the claws. You open up, and then there's the werewolf on the vellum paper. Then you pull that page back, and you see him in human form. So it's not just going to be a standard hardcover. It's going to be a collector's item as well, and there's going to be pinups and all kinds of variant covers collected and exclusive art pieces, new story that wasn't included in the single issues. These are all going to be collected into this trade paperback. Basically, the plan is that we're going to include around 16 more pages of story in 4 per chapter. And so that will be stuffed into this book as well.
All right, Rob.
Is this campaign on now, right now?
It's the pre-launch page is live on Kickstarter, so you can go and hit the notify me button.
Let me jump on that right now. That looks dope.
Thank you. Yeah, the short link is lonewolfcomics.com/nightwolf. That'll take you directly to the pre-launch page. And thank you, and hopefully I'll see you there when we go live on October 19th.
All right, and you can find that at the bottom of our page for crowdfunding on our main site. Go to comicbookadvocates.com. Just hit the crowdfunding link and scroll all the way to the bottom. It's in the coming soon section. Thank you for coming in, Rob, and we'll have you on when you launch, and you'll be a judge.
Sounds good. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. All right, guys, so we're going to get back into all these amazing projects that we have lined up for today. And this is part of, our comic book network of creators coming on. They're always able to come pitch. By the way, that was Johnny Phantasm. I don't know if we actually mentioned the name for the first video. So just in case, Johnny Phantasm was the first video we had watched. And here we go. This is Decisions, fully funded, by the way. It's a minor variation. This is brought to you by Martin Piero. And here we go. Let's play that video. Remember, you guys hit pause when you have backer pause. Come on, Kickstarter. Oh, there we go.
Hello, I'm Martin Piero.
Hold on. I think we have a volume issue. There we go.
And welcome to the Kickstarter for Decisions, a minor variation. Decisions, a minor variation is a one-shot comic that features 2 supernatural slice-of-life tales with an edge. Each story deals with people facing the harsh realities of life. The first story, A Hero Train a Comin', finds a man ready to give up on his dreams and his very life. The second, My Brother's Keeper, deals with the tragic death of a young man as all fingers point to the bad influences of his friends. His brother soon discovers the truth. Both stories feature the ethereal guides from the previous Decisions one-shots, who take our characters on a journey that allows them to discover the truth of their situations. The stories featured in Decisions, a minor variation, are both written by me. My first time solo authoring a comic in years, it was a rewarding experience writing these deep, meaningful stories. The process was made even more enjoyable with the addition of the artistic talents of Fred San Oliveira and Michael Dorman, who truly understood the depth I was seeking in these tales and brought them to life masterfully. There are 3 covers currently for this issue. Cover A by Oscar Pinto, and then the variants by the book's artist, each one depicting a
All right, I'm hitting pause.
Yeah,
You know what's really interesting here is I felt the drama that he wanted to bring. I think the thing that was losing it was seeing him with the dramatic reading. Is that weird?
Yeah.
No, because you want more art. We always say it on the show: less sizzle, more steak. And once I
have to agree with that.
And once you get into variant covers and talking about who's working on your book, we have so many other projects I can give the time to. I'll usually step in and be, okay, this is just a sales pitch now. Because I always say the Kickstarter is supposed to be the elevator pitch. And I was in panels where Victor Dandridge explained to me what a elevator pitch was supposed to be. Doors open, you walk in, there's a person in there. You have until the bottom floor to get them to be in.
Right.
And I think a lot of times people pause on these and they start getting too long. And I have ADHD, so it's easy for me to understand.
Well, I think he definitely didn't lean into the fact that this is a continuing series. Like, it sounds like he possibly has a fan base that he's not quite engaging yet. And I think that would have been, like, come in like, hey, fans of Decisions, we're back with, a minor variation. I think that would be brilliant. And yeah, more artwork for the gravitas that he's talking about.
Now, let me ask you, in the first minute, though, would it have made you look more? Because that's the point of these videos, right? Let me look at the campaign. Would you have looked more, guys?
Definitely would have looked more for more artwork.
Yeah, definitely more artwork. I don't need to know so much about the creative team. Of course, sometimes members of the creative team can sway you one way or the other.
Right. I mean, art does look good, but that's part of it. Like, we want more of that.
Yeah, and I think like we're talking right here, the video doesn't have to talk about the art team because the page can tell me everything about the art of the art team.
Oh, that's a really good point.
And this is Oswald Chronicles. I love JD. JD knows how to. This is hard to even say pause. This is how quick this video is going to go.
Hello, everyone. This is JD Calderon, the writer and creator of the Oswald Chronicles, and I'm here today to tell you about my latest Indiegogo campaign. I'm offering you Fallen Gods, a 4-part limited series where we see Oswald battling a mad sorcerer who stole the power of a lost god and threatens 2 worlds with his newfound power. How will Oswald and his friends deal with this new threat? Find out in the Oswald Chronicles, Fallen Gods, issues 1 through 4. So please check out the various reward levels and pick out the one that best suits you. Thank you for your time. JD out.
Look at that. No fuss, no muss. All art. Dude, that's awesome.
Right?
Yeah, JD's been around. He knows how to do one of these things. He knows how to be successful.
I respect that for sure.
And he
43
definitely
seconds. Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's like a Marine.
You know.
All right, so we're going to move on to Mark Darden. So this is what we were talking about, the funny thing. So Mark Darden created a character called Guano Guy. Guano Guy now thinks because he has a campaign that he's now running for president. Because someone told Guano Guy that you have a campaign. He's like, oh, I'm running for president. Awesome. So now he's making slogans. So this is his latest slogans. Guano Guy will make Marvel make great comics.
That's funny.
Yeah, so I mean, and that's what sometimes you just have to lean into the problem and then make fun of it to get attention and for everyone to take a breath. Because I don't know about anyone else, but I watched Saturday Night Live and I laughed. I laughed this weekend. I thought that they did a great job of picking fun at things, and it's okay to laugh. I trust me, it is. Okay, we're gonna have to shrink down because this is a different format of a video.
Yeah, people are taking themselves way too serious these days.
Isn't that the truth? I never take myself seriously. It shows by how I dress.
Boom! The Guano Guy is back with issue number 3. Oh, I'm Mark Darden, and we're here with a 29-page full-color, comedy-filled, hilarity book. Been working all night getting the final touches together. Now, obviously, this is a really cool cover by Tony Fierro. Really fun cover by Ryan English. Colors coming. And we've got 5 different art teams with a variety of very fun, very colorful styles. This book is for kids and adults. It's just lots of fun. If you've been here before, you know what we're doing. But if you haven't, if you like the Tick, Darkwing Duck, maybe the Venture Brothers, the old Batman TV show, this is the book. This is the thing for you. It's going to be tons of fun. Please help us out. We just love making books and bringing some lighthearted entertainment to the world. I'm Mark Darden, and thank you very much for checking us out.
That's it.
Now, see, this one, even though it didn't focus on the artwork, he did everything perfectly. Like, he sold him as the creative. Like, I'm interested in this book just because I like this guy's energy.
Right?
Yeah. He's got a great energy, doesn't he?
Yeah. Mark Darden. Yeah, I'm literally making notes of all the people that I'm about to start hanging out with. Luke, you're on this list, man. I'm just letting you know right now.
All right, man. All right.
All right, so
that's
Mark,
awesome.
Mark did a great job. This guy did a great job. Look at
this.
He's
all right. That guy, he's okay.
And you don't understand, man. He wrote a book. What is it? 40. Remind me of the title. I always get it
crazy into 40 ounces of death.
Oh my God, the violence in there, and I'm not violence per se, but that was some of the best violence I've ever seen.
Thank you. Shout out to Brian Moss for bringing that to life. Yes.
And the Samaritan, which takes me back to growing up in Queens.
Hey, man, I love it.
Queens, but it's got that real feel to it. And of course, you know, I'm gonna say what you won't say because you're nice.
Say it.
You know, a Netflix show's kind of stole the thunder of Samaritan. You know, guys.
I tell everybody, Luke Cage is a multi-million-dollar commercial for the Samaritan. I just didn't have to pay for it.
There you go. And Samaritan's better. The Samaritan got it right. I'm just saying, there's moments.
Hey.
I mean, they didn't get Luke Cage right at all. Like, that was not the book at all.
It was the Samaritan, that's why, and it was great.
Thank you.
And I clapped during a part of it, and then this one, oh my God, The Trouble with Love. I don't know. You know, I consider myself a good writer. I honestly do. Like, I have an ego like everyone else. I think I'm a top tier writer, and I think I'll leave my mark in comics. I don't think I'll ever be on Victor Dandridge's level. It's just
come on, man. Come on.
After this one, after the way you've woven this, and I can see things that are coming with this because I'm a writer, I can see the hooks. It's beautifully done. It's a masterful book. It really, and I was blown away. And you know that I did the review. This is, and I don't gush over books. This is
that
a
is
book
true.
I gush over. I'll be nice. I'll talk nice about it some, but I don't stop my day and say, no, you got to back this.
Thank you.
That was the first thing I did that day. And you saw I sent it out right away. I was mad because I wasn't number one. I'm at Wi-Fi, Sam, you have let me down. Damn you.
Oh, man. I appreciate that so very much. Thank you.
And you want to talk about energy, watch this man's videos. Watch this man's videos. And he's brought on someone more talented than him in one of his videos. We see who's really running the team now.
Hey, listen, I'm nothing without her.
We know who the real brains are.
She's nothing without her. My project manager is the best.
Yeah. And just, I'm serious. Like Victor, I've seen him panel. I've watched his career. 10 years this year. How many people can say 10 years in comics?
Thank you. Thank you.
And still creating. And he did a great video the other night. And you have to watch it. He's one of the few creators who actually openly talks about their F-ups.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. If you don't embrace your losses, man, you're not doing something right. I tell everybody, love your losses because they help define you just as much as your wins do.
Yeah, and I've said that, and everyone's like, "Oh no, Rob, you can't." Because I always say you don't win when you win, when you're right, you really lose because you don't learn.
You don't learn anything. That's right.
You haven't learned anything. Every failure makes you smarter.
Mm-hmm.
And trust me, I should be pretty smart by now. So this is Drexel, issue number 3 from our boy Nathan Kelly, killing it. Bob Sally's part of this, so we're gonna blow it up, give it some love. This is one of those, I believe, unless they updated their video, we're not going to get to hear any narration, so we can talk over to. Yeah, it's just loud music. I forgot how loud until this second.
I like that logo.
That is cool. This art is cool too.
Yeah. It's got like a Eduardo Rizzo feel to it.
Yeah.
And I want to say that a publisher's picked this up. I don't remember which one off the top of my head.
Smartly so.
But this is like, look at this. This is one of those books that just you fall in love with right away. I wish, Nathan, if you're watching, put in some narration, man, because this is a great project. So I'm going to read you guys the tagline to it. And again, just in and out with a great video.
Mm-hmm.
The tagline is all the nefarious elements coverage upon the little town of you know what, we're actually going to go over to the Kickstarter itself because it's got a good tagline. And how important are taglines, Victor?
Very, very, man. It's sometimes the easiest way to really kind of get the message out really quick.
I mean, talk about elevator pitch. I mean, that's like, give me a sentence. Tell me what it is.
Yep.
And this is it, Drexel 3. You know what it is.
I love it.
All the nefarious elements coverage upon the little town of Marvin with Drexel in the crosshairs. Right there. That just,
boom.
Right there, it gets you.
No questions. No questions.
And you're just like
elements, all of them.
Yeah.
Every last one.
It covers the bases like it should. So
that's awesome.
Exciting book. This is something different. This is Holt. This is a tactical sci-fi action. Oh, it was canceled. Oh, I'm sorry to have to announce.
No.
That must have just happened because I went through this list in the last couple hours. It's been a rough time of the year. We hope he comes back.
Yeah, definitely, because that artwork looks nice.
Yeah, we hope he comes back. Look, it's a Cedric. It's been a hard time for a lot of creators. Don't take this personally.
Never. Matter of fact, if I can, I canceled the Trouble with Love campaign last year because it wasn't getting the traction that I was trying to get for it and came back stronger. So by all means, just take this as a lesson, not a loss. That's big, big.
And if you want to do press, if you want to do conversation, Cedric, and get your name out there so people get excited about what you're doing, door's always open. Door's always open. Because like Victor said, look at this art. This art was
nice.
Hold on, let me mute it, and we'll just a quick look just at the work because we're gonna miss out on this. And let me advance it. Look at that art. Like we lose in this.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
We lost by not getting this book out right away. So
that's great.
Cedric, I hope you watch this and I hope you hear me say come back as soon as you can. Because this looked awesome.
That looks
like
amazing.
A black and white book too, yeah. Which I like a good black and white book.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sad to hear that this was not going to be.
There's a special
love
scene
making in it. Okay.
Yes.
Chicka wow wow going on.
Right.
All right, guys, we're going to move on because we do have campaigns still active. We want to get to as many as we can today. So Silvio Spotto has funded. He's got this, and this is his image. No video, so not much to talk about. We'll give you the pitch, and it just says, please help us make the second issue Sword of Justice series. And you think, well, why would he be so vague? Well, he's made $20,000. So what do I know, Victor?
Wow. I mean,
Yeah,
that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
He makes money. Let's see where he's at. The last campaign, I think he made 20. Right now, they're sitting at. So they're a little less this time. So they made their goal. I do think though, Silvio, if you watch this, if you had made a video and probably a better punchier line, you might be back up to where you were last campaign. Because sometimes you got to watch that.
I will put it this way too, though. I mean, second issues are not as easily funded as first issues because people get first issues to collect. Some of them don't actually read. The people that come back are the ones that are into the series and they're gonna, that's the book they want. But you're also in a pretty tough time with COVID. Early during the COVID thing, people still had money. They had stimulus checks. People's unemployment's running out now, and
right.
So back to school. You got Christmas in a couple of months, so that's not a failure at all, man. That's still a success. I mean, he made what? How much was that?
$3,000. He's making money.
He made $3,000 on a second issue comic book during the freaking pandemic. Yeah, like he funded. Yeah.
I just think he could do better if he makes a video because he's got such great art. I think a video with just art, don't even put music, just the art itself would sell the book. So this is something interesting. This is, oops, we went back up for some reason. The site must have had a momentary reload. The Regulators, #2. This is to save Earth's occult guardian mystics, a group of heroes must become Earth's greatest hope. So let's check it out. I think that this is just music as well. If the person starts talking, we'll talk. So this is like a throwback book. This is one of those books that reminds you comics back in the 70s and 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And I miss that sometimes, especially the early 90s, I think, were one of the best periods in comics. And it's got great art.
It does look very fun.
But again, I think narration for this would have gone so far.
Yeah, especially as it's holding on pieces. If you're not going to tell the story in a visual narrative, as opposed to just kind of like this slideshow kind of effect, you kind of need somebody to speak on it to know exactly what we're getting into. But I mean, maybe I'm out of the loop because I don't have the first issue.
Yeah,
well, that's the problem. If we don't have the first issue, we're not being dragged in, are we?
True.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. A lot of times when people do a second issue, they don't, first tip, if anyone's listening, release issue 1 and 2, allow issue 1 and 2 to be sold with second issue so people can get caught up. If people think all they can get is the second issue and they don't have the first, you're not going to get new readers. You're only appealing to past readers. So
that's
when
really
you do those
point.
campaigns, like, so for issue 1, obviously issue 1, issue 2, then do issue 1 and 2, issue 3, do issues 1 through 3, so if anyone has been with the game, they can get it, but then you also need to make sure that it's available that, well, okay, I got issue 1, you're on issue 3 now, I missed issue 2, can I get 2 and 3? So you've got to think about bringing back former backers, and you've got to think about bringing in new people, like brand new fans, and a narration would have helped with that, kind of understanding that a little bit, sell it to me like I don't already know what it is, because I currently don't know what it is.
Well, we wish him luck, and we're going to move on here to Joe D. McPhee's great Amazonia project. Want to know more about the creation of Amazonia? Watch the video below. No, we won't be watching that because it's a little long. It's an hour and 8 minutes.
Oh, wow.
See the evolution of Amazonia in over 10 years, like you celebrating 10 years, Victor.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
So this is 10 years. This is not the video we'll be watching, but here is the campaign. This is the 10th anniversary edition, and I think this is the first time we're actually getting deep enough because we just saw 10 campaigns end last week, so we're only starting to see these for the first time. And there you go, the first issue. This is a bit of a longer video, guys, so...
Is there any audio or narration to it, or is it just...
There's just music right now.
Okay.
Let me see.
Well, what's cool is you do get to see some kind of a progression, like in the art. You can see the
Right.
But to be honest with you guys, right now I'd stop watching.
Yeah. It's very exposition heavy without a person behind it. That makes it a little harder to stay with it because obviously you have to read all this really fast.
Here we go.
There we go.
The Continuing Adventures of Eve, a comic book series about Elisa Masters, who returns to find out that her hometown is in the clutches of a maniacal business mogul. Unlike most superheroes, Lisa does not know about her Amazonian heritage and tries to accept her towering presence and power as normal. I guess you're wondering why I created Amazonia. Being a Wonder Woman fan myself, many people focus on the grief mythos on what makes an Amazon. But during the storyline of Amazon Attacks, DC introduced the aspect of different cultures in the Amazonian mythos. With that in mind, Amazonia would highlight the South American culture of Amazons dealing with Incan heritage. Now, issue 1 delves into Lisa Masters' return to her hometown of Angel Falls. She chooses to keep her identity secret. She tries to blend back into society without bringing attention to the memories of the incident that happened to her and the town during her senior year of high school. This issue will have 3 covers, 1 standard cover and 2 variant covers. The standard,
and just like that, my mind shut off. The minute he said variant covers, like my mind was like, okay, I'm done. But I would check out
fit into the story. Like, I always want to know more about the story, the characters, the art. That's what I want to do. You know, this being a 10th anniversary, like how many issues does he have over those 10 years? You know, is it 10? Is it 12? Is it 3? Is it 4? You know, like however many it is. You know, I would talk about that. You know, maybe give me some insight as to the the process. Talk about his growth during that. I would still be into all of those things if you're still talking. But as soon as you start going into variant covers and kind of like what I can get, I can see that down in the campaign. I don't need to hear about that in the video.
I definitely would.
Something famous.
Also true. No, I definitely also recommend that you. It's kind of a presumptuous thing to say, but to learn the script of what it is that you're talking about, because if you're reading it, it can sound like you're reading it. And it's not the same. Like, you're not actively pitching it to people. I think, like, when you do a video like this and you can read the script, it doesn't train you for when you're at a show and you have, but a second to get somebody and that whole pitch. You got to get more comfortable talking about your project. And I think, like, when you are the person in your video, you got to project your personality and not so much read about your project, but tell people about your project.
Very true. And I will add one more thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm ADHD. And I get easily distracted, put up a backdrop because all I can stare at is that stack of papers on the top of that dresser.
That's all the issues. That's all the issues. This work that he's completed.
That's all I could see in that open closet. Like, that's like, I'm like, what's he do? Like, he did this video in his bedroom. Like, I'm like, so now I'm like, my brain is wandering. I'm like looking around. I'm like,
not listening. Right.
Yeah, I'm not listening. I'm just looking around the room. So
his video took me back to the 80s when you watch television and it looked like that. I was good. That distracted me enough. I was thinking about the 1980s while watching that. XCT Infinity issue number 1. It's Australia's first crossover with comic book and actual game makers. Sean, take it away. There we go.
Join Spartacus in his most epic adventure yet, traveling through an interdimensional portal. The paragon of the Extreme Champion Tournament collides with the Infinity Multiverse in a limited series where you get to vote and influence the story.
G'day guys, Sean Keenan here, creator of the Extreme Champion Tournament. We are here on Kickstarter again to fund XCT Infinity, the industry's first ever Australian crossover between the acclaimed comic series XCT and video game multiverse Infinity Wars.
Hi, I'm Alfie Coyle, founder and creative director of Lightning Studios. The Infinity Multiverse is one with a rich history, experienced in video game form through Infinity Wars and Infinity Heroes by almost 1 million players over the last 8 years, and has some truly amazing and unique characters and factions. death witch cults, Zen monks, bloodthirsty knights on motorcycles, cyborg zombies, even genocidal tech angels. It's a place where truly anything could happen. When the idea of Spartacus being pulled from his universe into a wormhole and thrown into these new worlds became plausible, as either an actuality or perhaps just a really wild dream of his after a drunken night, we knew it was something we just needed to create.
So what can you get as rewards? Well, this is a crossover with a video game company. So we have everything from your standard digital and physical versions of the comic to the video game Infinity Heroes, the Hero Unlock deck packs. To top it all off, we've even got a Become Your Hero or villain in the comic and game itself. I know, cool, right? So what are you waiting for? Back now. Thanks for taking the time to check out this video and our amazing new series, XCT Infinity. Now, we hope that if you pledge and you're...
Right there. The stumble that he has in his voice.
Yeah.
I told him that because he had said goodbye and now he's not leaving.
Right. Yeah,
I like the art. The art
bit.
looks really good.
Oh, it does. The combination of things, like when it opens up, you got the motion comic action. That's next level. That is, I would have definitely stuck around to get to that point of him saying goodbye. But you're absolutely right. Once he said goodbye, he should have just killed it because that was perfect.
And never go back on your goodbyes. Always turn around, be Batman, disappear.
Yeah, I like all of the elements of it. Was that Alfie Fruin? Is that who that was? Is that what you said he was? Is that one guy talking?
Sean Keenan.
No, the other guy.
Oh, I don't know him. He's from Australia. I would like to suggest that the links to the campaigns will be posted on the comments so we can easily use them to support them. It's actually in the feed itself. In the main description of all of this, we have that, but I can absolutely drop you what we're using right now. And here you go. It's now in the chat room.
Yeah, that looks cool. I had made it through that video a lot longer than I did some of the other ones. So that's,
It was a great video, and I even told him it was that one pivot. Never talk about leaving and then try to pivot because the person, wait, I thought you were leaving. Now you're trying to stay too long. What? Because you risk the factor of feeling like you're pushing too hard.
Right.
And here's Trash Day. You want to talk about this a little bit for a few seconds?
Sure. It's a book about a group of heroes that are newly minted, and they have to try to not only figure out how to adapt to their new lives, but they're also trying to find out who is at the center of a massive superhuman trafficking ring. And this first series, Trash Day, is a 5-issue arc that ends with a massive rescue attempt.
That's awesome.
And we already ran the video earlier in the campaign, but it's short enough that it's short enough that I'll play the 30-second pop.
Do it again.
New from Terraform Comics, Hybrids, the Sons of Gods, Volume 1, Trash Day. When everyday people develop godlike abilities, it is up to a small band of heroes to expose an evil superhuman trafficking ring. This 128-page volume merges history with fiction in an exciting, fast-paced adventure. Get your copy now.
I like it a lot. Again, using the voiceover, the drama, but focusing on the art, perfect.
And keeping it short.
Yes. And this is the search for, I can't even pronounce that name.
Sonica. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'm horrible with names. I can't even get Greg's last name. Burnham? Am I winning?
Burnham.
See, I just shouldn't be allowed to say names. But we're going to take a look at this awesome project. I got to watch some of this video before. It's actually pretty cool. Check it out.
Hey, this is Greg Burnham, independent comic book publisher, writer, creator, editor. I love comics, and so I do a lot of things involving comics. The Search for Sonica is a historical action adventure with a little bit of fantasy involved. It features a young lady who flees her home after the Tulsa race riots in 1921. She goes on this long quest across the Southwest United States to find like a mythological ancestor. So I did a Kickstarter for it last year and got the first issue published. It's number 0 for the origin story. Now doing the Kickstarter for the first issue, which will be the beginning of her journey, the beginning of her quest.
I personally would pause here because I don't need it.
Sorry, what's that?
I said I would pause there only because I don't need to see anymore. It's like, shut up and take my money at this point. The art is great. I love the concept of the story. Hopefully I can get the 0 issue along with issue 1. I like him. I kind of like, like he had just enough of him on the screen. But, I like the rhythm, that beat. Like, I'm hooked. I'm hooked. That art looks gorgeous.
And Greg very smartly referenced Tuskegee Airs, which has been a phenomenal crowdsourced, campaign to show his association with it. Immediately hooks that fan base into this one, and that's brilliant.
Victor, did you want to continue with 2 guests? I usually ask the second guest if you wanted to see a little bit more of the video.
No. We could definitely stop because I think Luke is right that at this point now. You run the risk of showing too much, if that makes sense. Like you've shown so much already. Yeah, 2 minutes. Where I'm done. I don't need to see anymore.
Sadika.
Either I'm going to back or I'm not.
It's Sadika.
Yeah.
Sadika. Okay, I have to write this down.
Sadika is how he pronounced it.
Yeah. I thought it was Sonica, but Sadika, a little smoother.
Yeah, it is a little smoother. Yeah.
All right, I actually wrote it down because I'm going to have to be talking about this happily for a long time now.
Nice.
We help.
And here's the other cool thing I want to say about this. It was a diverse cast. I love diverse casts in books because I live in a diverse community, and I can't stand it when I pick up a book and I'm reading it and I'm like, well, where's all of these people? Where's all of those people? Like my neighborhood is it's like we are a melting pot, and I love seeing books that have that kind of stuff in there. And so, yeah, I'm down. Is this on Kickstarter or Indiegogo?
It should be Kickstarter. Yeah, it's on Kickstarter. And if you follow Greg's work, specifically, like they do a lot of historical reimaginings, like the Tuskegee Airs. This one's based off of the Massacre in Tulsa. So yeah, like there's a lot of cool historic things that outside of even comics he's going to play around with, which is crazy dope.
And he's a great. I've met him. He's a great creator. Great dude.
Yeah, Greg is good people.
He'll talk to you for he doesn't even notice the world when he's talking to you. You could tell he's just interacting with you. So very happy to see his success. I hope more. What were you going to say, Luke?
I'm just saying he's at like 10 grand.
$11,000.
$11,000. Yeah, he's. Everyone else feels the same way I do. Apparently.
Yep. 10 days to go. Yeah, back that up.
All right, so you guys, you each get to pick one Kickstarter at a time. We're out of time for the show. We only have 8 minutes left. You guys can pick one of the following. You can either watch Gray Matter, which is a sci-fi dark cyberpunk world. You can watch John the Animator, where we learn about great Victor. He did He-Man and She-Ra cartoons, and so many more. Wait, it gets harder. There's still more. He already won, so. Yeah, Modin, you got your shot at the beginning. So, we can talk about this, which I think is an awesome book, The Spectrum 2, which is about not only a diverse cast, but also deals with human sexuality. Victor, that's big with me. So
of course.
Proud to see that on the program. Catch the Crazies, What happens when podcasters get their wish but get fanatic fans that are zombie-like? Oh, no. We can also watch brand new Frank Martin's The Macabre Motel, Strange and Bizarre one-shots. Ooh, my. And Monty's just an art book. Monty, I love you, but no one's going to want to watch an art book today when it's their only choice. I'm sorry. Dreamlands, Lives and Epics, a fantasy adventure comic new to our program. Dino Thrashers. No one loves this one enough. I'm the only one who keeps pushing because I would like to play the video on that one because I like dinosaurs. I'm still a kid. Death can
There's nothing wrong with that.
Only Death Can Save Us. Awesome. This guy nails that 1990s vibe I'm talking about. Russ is an awesome dude. For those who don't know, he actually has a a YouTube channel where he teaches you stuff on Black Belt Comics with art and stuff. So if you're an artist, you want to check that out. We have seasons. Awesome. This is from our friend. I don't know how to say his name. He's going to be here on Sunday. I'm going to let him tell me how to pronounce his name. Rumble Kings is back, and that does the 1 through 3 that Hybrid Luke was talking about. This is Hybrid's, I think, Kickstarter, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
This is the Indiegogo. Yeah. So I don't know when you're ending, so I just put you near Halloween.
They're both the same day. They both in the same day.
Okay. Seed Seekers, and one last thing, and this is someone I would date. The 13th Moon Halloween Anthology. That's my type of girl. Horns and Gob.
I love it.
What do you guys think? You're gonna have a minute to decide.
I want to see Crazies.
You want to see what?
The Crazies.
The Crazies, Victor?
I was gonna pick the dinosaur one.
All right. But before we go, I just want to tell you what's coming in the following weeks. First off, check out this video from Camilla Zhang. She did an amazing job, sat down with me and talked about how to make an amazing video. Credit to her. Watch it. That's part of your education if you're a creator. Nice. Rumble Kings has launched this week, but William Byrne is going to be bringing us the Maximum Burger PI very soon. Chuck Pinot comes back with Belial 2 very soon. Paranormal Academy is opening up on Kickstarter. And Sean Keenan is going to be giving us Spartan Warriors. He's got another Kickstarter coming, so stay tuned. And, of course, we saw more about Nightwolf today. So, very excitedly, I'm going to scroll very quickly up to the dinosaur thing, as that has never been picked before. It has been so long. It's the 4 projects. It's had 60 days and never got played on air. I'm so excited. I really hope it doesn't suck now.
Yeah, all the pressure's on you now, man.
I know, because I'm the one who said pick it. So here we go. This is Dino Thrashers. Fingers crossed.
Christian, what is that?
No freaking idea. Any thoughts, Dad?
I'm not sure, Christian, but it has what looks to be raptor prints on it.
That's impossible, Max. Isn't it?
I would certainly think so. Almost there!
Don't break it, Max. We need to examine it and keep it intact.
Like I don't know that, Amanda. Finally! But this is getting stranger by the minute. How in the hell is there a perfectly shaped orb of some sort buried this deep?
Dr. Parker, let's get it to the tent and examine it.
You're right, Shelby. Let's all move inside. Amanda, what do you think of these designs all over this object? How were they carved into it?
They aren't even carved, Max. They're like etched or lasered into it. What the hell is this thing? And look at this piece. It's not even rock. It's some metal of some sort.
My readings are off the charts, and the carbon dater 3000 can't even tell us what this thing is made of. But it says that it's 4 million years old.
I just don't freaking get it. It's like the what came first riddle, the chicken or the egg. Where in the bloody hell did this come from?
This is quite the brain teaser that we need to figure out and not rush into.
Ah, screw it. There's only one way to find out what this is.
What the Dad?
Watch your mouth, Christian.
Christian's right. Max, you have less patience than a 2-year-old.
All right. Pause.
Yeah.
At this point, I need to know more about the series. This was a fun start. It was a very fun start, but I think it's leaning too much on acting this out because I don't know what this is yet.
Yeah, I don't need a.
I think Victor's got a dirty mind. I saw his eyebrows going up at a certain couple points.
I mean, yeah, there's a couple things I'm like, is that an innuendo? What is that?
Yeah.
What did you find inside what? And now we're going to go over to the crazy. Oh boy!
I'm glad you picked that one, Victor. That was fun.
That was fun. Like there was a lot of good energy there.
And the crazies. Where's the video for the? There it is.
There we
I was
go.
like, it's got a video, so we're gonna end on a high note with this one. This one's funny.
The art looks funny.
And it's another scene. Very loud.
We need to find a way to grow catch the craze.
I know, man, but how?
What are you doing here, Sam? This is crazy. Oh well, it goes nothing. If you can hear me, please help us to be the best podcast in the universe. I thought you'd never ask.
In other news, reports of citizens appearing to be in a zombie-like state are coming in by the dozens. Authorities are investigating this strange phenomenon.
What have you done? Oh no!
We have to stop them. We have to catch the crazies.
All right, that's it for the show today.
What the heck did I just watch?
Listen. That right there is pure fan-oriented. If you are part of their crew, I bet you 100% get every part of that. If you don't get it, you ain't on the inside circle. That's what that is.
I'm on the outside of that circle. That's for damn sure.
All right, well, thank you, Luke Stone, for being a judge. Make sure to check out Hybrids. Victor Dandridge is killing it with The Trouble with Love. Look them both up. You can find the link. It's in the chat. It's in the description of the video. We're out of here. We'll see you tomorrow at 11 for the Comic News Wire.